It is the latest of the Snake-type series that debuted in Medarot 9 while still paying homage to his predecessors and that of his motif. It is SNA04 Dixsnake, with the kit of triple virus, multi-legs, and the leg ability of Captor, which buffs the heat and cool stat of equipped parts as a passive bonus when attacking a target that cannot defend. Now, as a model that's also available in the permanent banner, and as such been available in Medarot S pretty much since launch day, Dixsnake is a model that pretty much anyone has been able to get a hold of pretty much right from day one. Or if you've been playing longer than a week, you very likely have already collected one or two parts of him already. But he is still paying a very obvious homage to his predecessors with his kit, and even then he essentially serves as an all-around Max Snake 2.0, which honestly makes him much more favorable to use on the field. Virus on all three parts is essentially a negative ailment that also serves as a turn skipping skill. So that means if you are able to outrun your target and catch them in their heat phase, you are able to successfully inflict virus upon them. Upon them finishing their heat phase and ready to take their turn, it will essentially force them to do nothing, turn around and begin their cooldown phase, effectively wasting their turn entirely. This can be very good for stalled turn skipping with, say, shock or freeze or something of the like, and then following behind with this move to guarantee they don't get the chance to move. Or, if you do find yourself particularly quick, being able to stall that particularly deadly or pesky target to buy you even just a few extra seconds to prep your strategy and kill them off quicker. Multi-legs, much like with Max Snake, does mean he has moderately good coverage across most terrains, arguably the next best under Biped in many cases in terms of viability and flexibility, but Dixsnake in particular, as mentioned, is more or less kind of a 2.0 in every way in every sense of the term compared to his 1-star counterpart. To start, as mentioned, Dixsnake is a 2-star model, so he is available in the permanent banner that anyone can pull for at pretty much any time. His armor across the board is actually just a little bit better as a whole too. Not massively better, but still relatively noticeable. His head packing about 3,300 HP, arms at just shy of 3,000, and his legs at 3,450 means he's definitely packing much more armor than his predecessor, which means he can hold himself just a little bit out, hold himself out just a little longer than others. His leg stats are surprisingly close to Max Snake's though, however, and I do find this kind of surprising. With a leg mobility of 772, he is definitely packing that nice sweet spot for where multi-legs would essentially want to be, even when fully capped out. An evade of 900 is definitely better than that of his predecessor, but still not overly great either, as this means he only really has a higher chance to dodge really low success attacks. A melee resist of 1388, almost 1400, is actually very good though, as this means he can definitely hold his own up close and personal much better than his predecessor can. However, he is also matching with Max Snake at a shoot resist of just around 564, which means he will be taking a very notable amount of punish damage from anyone trying to take pot shots from afar. It is also worth noting with Dixsnake that his head is also a heavy part, which means that if you do want to use him for essentially as that 2.0 upgrade, being able to consider a heavy limit will be something you need to keep in mind. The Captor ability also is actually really nice too, as instead of going from a passive, he will get a boost to his heat and his cool, as long as a certain condition can be met. That being said, as a pure set score, I still do have to rate Dixsnake a pretty flat 5 out of 10, kind of a middle-of-the-road kind of bot. Again, as someone that is available in the permanent banner, anyone can get a hold of him very quickly and very easily, but with that same commonality, he also definitely doesn't bring a lot to the table either. And while Virus can be a very solid skill, having it on all three parts does make him kind of redundant, and if the opponent is bringing Stat Cleanse to the party, that makes Dixsnake entirely useless, unfortunately. As mixed parts though, I do have to rate him a little higher at a 6 out of 10. Again, Virus is a very solid skill to make use of, and it's arguably a part you really can't ever go wrong with using. Even if you keep the part at, say, 3-star or 4-star, the turn skip ability itself is just so massively invaluable as something that any team can make use of. Just those extra few seconds of time can honestly spell the difference between a victory of you turning the tables, or a defeat of not being able to outrun the target and getting crippled.